something? Liam, I just love technology, mate. I'm from Yorkshire. Technology and don't get with me. All right. So, firstly, Liam, just wanted to say thanks for being our first guest. I know I'm a fan of your podcast with Andy and Jordan. Thank you for coming on as our first guest. We did a little run last week with our equipment. Me and Chris just for 30 minutes had a little bit of a test, and then yeah, we wanted to bring you on because, as you know, you've been one of my favourite fighters outside of the ties, really, as the foreigners. And I saw you in your last fight. Didn't go too well, but we won't talk too much on that. And then we wanted to talk about.
Where's he gone? Where the fuck he gone?
This is Gav's doing. Look at where I am. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Fucking hell!
And Gav is just at home. This is what happens. You boys from Leeds don't fork out for a decent Wi-Fi.
He's in fucking Australia. Don't blame it. I'm in Leeds. I've got good Wi-Fi.
That's exactly what it must be. That's exactly what it must be. Yeah, look, what we'll do, Liam, we'll just get going, I guess, and then we'll try to get Gav back into it. Just don't want to take too much of your time up. Oh, here he goes. He's back.
Yeah, right. Come on, let's go. Ask me something.
Right. So, how do you? I love technology. So, Liam, why did you want to fight Texan was my question. So, like, obviously you've been through some of the greats, and I saw that you've been on one for a while. What made you want to fight Texan and why?
There's been talk of me and him fighting over the years quite a few times. I've fought every single legend of this era. I've fought FullerWatt, I fought Sanchai, I fought Pakon, I fought Sagatao, I fought all of them. He's the only one missing off the list. So, yeah, why not? He's there in one championship. He's a hero of mine. Why not get him on the list? And I think we could create something really special for the fans as well. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's the reason why.
Yeah, nice. Got you.
What's some of your favorite things about fighting on one land?
I like this. I don't know. It's exciting, isn't it? The production's great. It's on Sky Sports now. It's all over the world. Yeah, it's amazing. Like the production and the fight week and all the media. It's on Sky Sports. It's got the entire world watching. They've done great things for Muay Thai.
Yeah, that was something I was going to say. Like, obviously, you were saying before, you fought every single legend there is, and sort of Sexhan still is on that list, I guess. Do you think that this is like one of your biggest fights just because of the profile of one, like with the advertising and the marketing and stuff?
Yeah, definitely. It's just one of my biggest fights just because of who he is. He's one of the most entertaining and famous Thai fighters from the last 15 years. He's a legend, and yeah, like I said, he's one of the only ones who are missing off of my list of all the other legends that I've fought.
The last of the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Awesome. Gav, over to you, mate.
Cool. Go on mute, Chris. So, Liam, I've heard you say on some of your podcasts before you changed your style a little bit. I know predominantly before you were more of a low kicker. Would you say your style's changed a bit more with fighting on 1 and 4 ounce gloves? I've seen you doing a lot more on your videos with the focus mitts and training in 4 ounce gloves, but would you say you've adapted a bit, or is it just the same, just got a bit more?
You have to adapt. Right, let's look at two of the most vicious and the top level fighters on one at the minute. Number 1, Haggerty, and number 2, Nico Carrillo. Neither of them threw a kick in their last 2 fights. It was all boxing. That's what Nico's just an animal, and he will smash anyone to pieces in them 4 ounce gloves just because of his size, his speed, his athleticism, his explosivity. I don't think he threw a kick against Hammerpage that I can remember. He just walked out there and punched his face in. Haggerty versus Lobo, I don't remember hardly any kicks getting thrown in that either. It all comes down to like a Muay mat style now. That's what the best fighters and the guys who are going to have the most success, it is going to be like a Muay mat style who's going to, they're going to have the best success in that. Like Nico, I didn't see many kicks, but he's an animal. He'll walk through anyone in small gloves. So if you haven't got good hands, and if you don't know how to punch properly, and if you don't start putting a bit of head movement in and stuff like that, then you're going to struggle. Do you know what I mean? So you have to predominantly go with your hands. Like there's some great technicians in there, like Superbon and Tower and Chai. Don't get me wrong, but they're technically that good. They can get away with that. Most other people who are on the highest end of the Muay Thai style, they're going to struggle. So a lot of the fights do come down to who is going to have the hardest punch, who is going to be able to let their arms go, who's going to land first. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, nice one,
Awesome, mate.
Liam. Thanks
Thank you.
for yeah. Liam, I wanted to ask you, just so I had you obviously do a fantastic job with your tutorials. I'd say you probably got like one of the most well-known like tutorials and instructionals out there. Is that something that when you set out, you sort of saw yourself doing, or is that something like you're everyone's favorite fighter that you just sort of maybe saw the opportunity to do?
I was doing a lot of seminars at the time, and everyone kept asking me afterwards, going, "Oh, that were amazing, but you threw so much stuff at us there. I forgot. Do you have a website to go to?" And I didn't have one at the time, and everyone kept asking me for it. Oh, I want to go to your website to refresh everything that we've just done, and I didn't have one. And then luckily, one time, a guy who did one of my seminars, he asked the same question. He said, "Oh, I want to go to your website. I want to learn." And I said, "I don't have one." And he went, "Oh, well, I'm a web designer. I'm a videographer. If you ever change your mind, here's my card. Let me know." And then it went on for a couple of months of people asking and asking, and then eventually I did it. And now I've had one of the most successful websites. I'll probably have the most successful Muay Thai website out there. We're close to 50,000 members now from the start. So yeah, it's amazing.
How could people find that? Just type in Liam
Yeah,
Harrison
Liam
online.
Harrison training. I think we've got like one of the #1 rankings on Google when you put Muay Thai training online as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
been a massive success.
yeah, nice one. No, it's awesome, awesome. Gav, it's over to you, mate.
Cool. So I was about to say, knowing Peter Miller, Liam, and you've been working with Peter enough, and I've seen you talk about your 1%ers and your dieting and stuff. How has Peter helped you with your game going into fight camps and getting ready?
It just makes it a little bit easier when someone's planning and prepping and doing all the rest of the stuff for you. I wish I'd have had notes. See, the thing is, when I was coming up, we didn't have any access to any of this strength and conditioning. We didn't have any nutrition. We didn't have any social media where you could just go look and try and just like get a bit of a bit of information online and stuff like that. We didn't have any of that shit. Do you know what I mean? We're all just like, oh, I don't know, do it off his own back and see what works, and a bit of trial and error and all of that business going on. Now these fighters don't know how lucky they are. They've got all this strength and conditioning, all this sports science. They've got access to all of it. Just all you got to do is go on the internet and find a good nutritionist like Pete, or like a good strength and conditioning coach. We didn't have any of that. So like when you're looking at the fighters now, they're a different breed of fighters. I mean, fucking look at Nico Carrillo. He's an absolute unit. And that's because he does it all scientifically right. He does crazy conditioning. He's got a great strength and conditioning coach. He uses a good nutritionist. Even Haggerty and people like that, you see the shape they're in now. These are a different breed of fighters to what was when I was coming up. I don't think they're technically as good, don't get me wrong, but they're all explosive and they're strong and they're powerful. And and that's what you've got to be for one championship. You've got to be strong, explosive, powerful. And that's the thing. Like there's just access to all this information online and stuff now. You can just look anywhere and get any of it. Like I said, when I was coming up, we didn't have any of that.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely changed a lot. The guys are kind of like athletes as much as fighters now, aren't they? Maybe back in the day they were just fighters.
Yeah,
Now you're probably an athlete first and then a fighter second, really, aren't they?
yeah, exactly.
Nice. I just wanted to ask you, Liam, obviously this fight's in Denver coming up with Sexan. How long before are you going to get over to Denver to get acclimatized and what have you?
Probably 2 weeks. I've spoke to a few people and they've all said the same thing to me. 2 weeks is just it's perfect time to get used to the altitude and stuff there. So
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. It is at altitude, isn't it?
yeah, Mile High City, I think it's called.
Yeah,
So
wow.
yeah, so it will be like tough if you don't go there and get used to that altitude and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go 2 weeks before, or maybe a little bit before.
Yeah,
I'm
nice
actually
one.
I think I'm gonna go to Canada next week, and I'm gonna train with Superlek and Fazai and Panam Rung and Adrian. in Vancouver, because that's on the same time zone as Denver. I think it might be maybe 1 hour difference or something. I'm going to go train with them guys for a couple of weeks, finish up my camp out there with them. And then I'm going to head to Denver 2 weeks before, get used to that altitude, and yeah, then I'll be ready for war.
Yeah, amazing. You're obviously heading to Australia soon. Gav, I'll let you talk about that.
Yeah, go on, pause. I think we've got feedback from you, Mike. Yep, Liam. So after your fight with Sexan, we've got you coming out to Australia to do your first seminar. Can you just give a little bit of a rundown on your dates so we can start to plan your dates once you finish your fight with Sexan?
Say that again, mate. My cat jumped in the middle of the fucking screen and I couldn't hear.
Just keep it out of the way. Yeah, I was saying after your fight camp, after your fight and your fight camp is done and you fight Sexan, we plan for you to come out to Perth, Melbourne, and Sydney in November. Can you just tell us when you want to plan to come out down to Perth and then across to Melbourne and Sydney for November, and then we can start to plan it in, mate.
Yeah.
And then tell everybody what's going to look forward to seeing you.
I have no idea what the easiest routes around Australia are. I've never been before, so I'm looking forward to it because everyone's been asking me to get out to Australia for a while now to get me seminars in there. So we can finally make it happen now. So I'll be doing Perth, Melbourne, Sydney, because that's all I've got time for this time. I'm so busy with other seminars elsewhere and stuff like that. I've got other things going on. I obviously need to get back to train for my next fight and things like that. So I can't get to places like Brisbane, Gold Coast, and all the rest of them. So I will come back at some point early next year. I will do those places after. But I'm just going to leave it up to you, whatever you think the best route will be for me to come. But I'll be heading out there around 2nd, 3rd of November, and I'll be there for around 3 weeks.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, we've been smashed with about 50. I've got you, as I said to you a couple of weeks ago, I've got you 8 already for Perth, and you wanted to do 12. So that leaves you to do a couple in Melbourne and Sydney, and then you can plan for 2025. But it's when we first announced back in May, it literally went off. The phone didn't stop, as you know. Contact me instead of you. So
I had to move to fucking Australia for about 6 months to get all them in. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think our lads would have been too happy about that. So
no. So we've. I mean, I'm looking forward. We've got. I think we've got you about 8 booked for Perth, and I've got you 2 for Melbourne, and about 3 or 4 for Sydney. So I think that will take you over the line, and then when you come back for 2025, Liam, we can do a bit more.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'll be there for around 3 weeks ish, so I can get in around 15 ish or something like that in that space and time. I'll smash them out. I don't mind doing one every day and just moving around, but then I need to get back and I need to start straight training for my next fight and things like that. Then, so that it's tough. If I didn't have any fights that I have coming up, and then I'd just stay in Australia for like 6 weeks and get them all smashed out. But it's tough when obviously I've got my missus waiting at home, and then I've got. Between us here, I'm going to mention this now. I'm a shareholder in Bad Company Gym now, so I'm going to be part owner with Richard Smith, and we are opening the biggest and best facility you will have seen in England under a Muay Thai gym, and that between us, everyone who's listening now, that opens the start of November. So
it'll be in Leeds, Liam?
The work has just started on it. Yeah, it's in Bramley in Leeds. The work has just started on it last week, and I promise you, it's going to be the best Thai boxing gym in the UK by an absolute mile. So
I just wanted to. Yeah, that's awesome, Liam. I just wanted to touch on that, Liam, because
all the things going on around. I'm training for fights. I've got this new gym coming up that I'm going to be part owner with Richard with. I've got seminars. I've got my website. I'm fucking all over the place, and it's tough whenever I have to leave the country and get loads of seminars in, and I'm all over the place. The week before I come to Australia, I'm in Colombia. I'm doing a week-long retreat in Colombia there. I need to get back from Colombia. The grand opening of the gym will happen. I'll open the gym, and then I'm flying straight off to Australia. So I'm literally all over the fucking place. It's crazy.
So, Liam, I just wanted to touch on that. So you've been with Richard since you're about 14, 15 now, right?
Yeah.
And you're coming up to like 38 this year. So you've been with like Richard for about 22 years.
25 years.
25 years, and now you're going to open a gym with him. Is it going to be called Bad Company 2, or is it going to be a sister gym, or just a new gym?
It's the same gym. It's still Bad Company Gym. I'm just going to be a part owner with him. But honestly, there's a lot of time, money, effort gone into this. It's going to be absolutely fucking unbelievable. We've just started the work on it this week. We're partnering up with Gym King as well, so obviously
I saw that.
they've come on board. It's going to
Yeah.
be once it's done, and we're going to when we go to start doing a bit of a social media press, and we show you month by month the work that starts to go on it. It is going to be amazing.
That's class, and that's one of the things that I like about you. Not only just as a fighter, Liam, but one of the things that you, Andy, Jordan, Badger, you've all pretty much stayed loyal to one gym and one coach. Obviously, you've gone to other gyms or gyms have come down to you for sparring, but that's one of the things that I like, and probably I class you as a bit more of a legend. Is you've stayed loyal to Richard. You've gone to obviously Thailand for a bit, couple of years when you were younger back in your day when you went to Jitty gyms, and then obviously you've had and gone around for sparring and clinching and that when you need to for opponents. But yeah, to then to go in a partnership with Liam, that's probably going to take you to the next part of your legacy, really, I guess.
Yeah, of course. We're like a family at Bad Company Gym, mate, and I'd never go anywhere else. And I think that's one of the main reasons behind our success. We're all being so tight knit and close knit that we've all pushed each other, been there for each other, we've helped each other. And I think that the another gym in England has had as many world champions and elite level fighters as us. And I think it'll be a very, very long time before that actually happens again. So yeah, it's a testament to like how good a coach Richard is and how close we all were as like friends and family. Like I mean, at one point we had me, world champion UK #1, Andy Alston world champion UK #1, James France UK #1 world champion, Jordan Watson UK #1 world champion, David McIntosh UK #1 world champion, Richard Cadden UK #1 world champion. This was at least the Holton world champion. These were all training in the gym at the same time. Everyone were UK #1. No other gym has anything like that. I don't think they ever will have anything like that, to be fair.
No. Nice. I mean, it's a pretty unique gym. I've seen it evolve over the years. So once you've hung up your boots, once you've hung up your gloves, Liam, are you going to then focus solely on becoming more of a fight coach yourself, or what's the plan for yourself, Liam, once you've seen retirement come in?
I don't know when I'm going to retire, to be fair. We'll see how this next fight goes. I'm going to take it step by step, but I don't ever want to fucking retire. I've got some other things up my sleeve. There've been talking like some boxing fights and things like that for good money and stuff, so I'll still be able to compete, but at the minute I feel good and I'm training hard and I'm still sparring hard and sparring with all the youngsters and stuff, and I'm still slapping them around and putting them in the place and stuff when I'm sparring. Just going to get in there, see how this fight goes. I'm just going to take it step by step, fight by fight. I'm going to put no pressure on myself. I'm not going to start saying, yeah, I need to fight for this title and win this and do that. Just one fight at a time, and if I feel good, then I'll keep going. My body will tell me when it's time to hang it up. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just looking forward to one fight at a time. I'm looking forward to just getting in there for this fight in Denver. Have a good fight, enjoy myself, and then we'll see where we go after that. But yeah, to answer the question, yeah, I will be. When I do eventually retire, whenever that may be, I will be a full-time fighters coach. I'll still be doing my seminars. I'll still be in this new gym that we've got built, and I'll be in there training the fighters. That's what I want to do. I love training the fighters. I'm a fighter trainer. When I like my seminars and I like training the guys in the gym, and I'll still be sparring every day with them. I'll still be trying to help them because we've got a lot of good up and comers in Bad Company at the minute. We've got Zombie, we've got Fergus, we've got Finlay, we've got Jamie Ayres, we've got all these guys who are just starting to make it a big name for themselves now. So I'll just help push them through.
Yeah, nice. And there's nothing like when the gym's in fight camp, is there, Liam? There's a couple of you in fight camp. The buzz and the vibe in the gym's good when you've got a few fighters in fight camp.
Yeah, of course. Like you said, we've got like a family feel in there, but when everyone is in fight camp together, that family feel, we're trying to fucking punch each other's heads in still in sparring, you know what I mean? We're all trying to work hard and better each other. The sparring's that much better, the conditioning is that much better because you're all pushing and wanting to push each other that extra mile and stuff. So yeah, it's always when you've got more than, so at the minute I think because we've got our Hitman show on the 28th of September, we've got everyone training for that. I'm fighting on 1 in September. Amber Kitchen's fighting on 1 in October. So we're fighting. We've got quite a few of the guys who are on the card who are coming from other gyms who are fighting on the Hitman card to spar every Monday. Every Monday, we've got some of the best fighters in the country there every week in, week out. So yeah, it's a good vibe in the gym at the minute, and it'll be an even better vibe when we eventually open the new one.
And you've got Phil. I think is it Josh Hill versus Joe Craven for the main event?
Yeah, Josh
Rematch, is
Hill
that
versus Joe
right, Liam?
Fraser. There's a lot on the line for that fight. Joe's putting his #1 spot and his ISKA world title on the line. Josh Hill is ranked in Rajadamnern and he's ranked #2 and 3 in the WBC and WMO. So he's putting them rankings on the line. So there's a lot going on in that fight. There's a lot to play for there, a lot at stake.
Yeah. Okay. And Liam, were your event, is it at Bowlers in Manchester now?
Yeah, Bowlers Arena in Manchester. Tickets are available now. We've got the final of our last One Championship tournament. So one of them guys will go straight to One Championship for their next fight. They'll get paid more than they've ever been paid. All expenses paid. They'll get flown out, all that for them. We've got another tournament, 4 men from a weight division below. One of them winners are going to go to One Championship and they're going to get paid the most they've ever been paid as well. And all it takes is 1 or 2 wins on them Friday shows. You'll catch the boss's eye, you'll get a few bonuses, and then you're going to get taken to the big shows and stuff. So yeah, it's exciting for everybody involved.
No. Sounds like there's loads of exciting things happening for you at the moment, Liam. It's really great.
Yeah. Like I said, I like to keep myself busy. If I ain't got loads of stuff in my brain to engage in, I lose the plot. So it's good that I'm too busy to have all these things going on.
Yeah, absolutely. No, fantastic. That's pretty much everything from us. Is it, Gav? Anything else?
Just wanted to close with Liam. Good luck. Not good luck, but smash it in the last part of your fight camp. Safe travels out to Canada to train with Fasai and the boys out there. And then, yeah, all the best with your fight against Sexan. I'm looking forward to it. 2 legends going head to head, and I can't wait to see you out in Perth, Australia, Liam.
Perfect, mate. I will see you in November. Thank you.
Thanks so much,
Take it easy.
Liam. Really appreciate it. Best of luck.
Nice one. Cheers, guys. See you later.
See ya.